Imagine standing inside the world's most famous museum. Around you are priceless paintings and sculptures that have survived for hundreds of years. Then, one morning, soldiers arrive. They begin taking everything away. Everyone believes these treasures are lost forever. But one quiet woman refuses to give up. She secretly records every painting, every destination, and every hidden secret. Welcome to TalePath English, where true stories help you improve your English. This is the incredible story of the woman who saved the Louvre. Long before the war began, the Louvre was one of the greatest museums in the world. Millions of people came to admire its incredible collection. Masterpieces by Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and many other great artists filled its halls. The museum protected some of the most valuable works of art in history. But everything was about to change. In 1939, Europe moved closer to war. Museum leaders feared that Paris might soon be invaded. They knew the priceless artworks could be stolen or destroyed. So they made a difficult decision. The museum would have to protect its treasures before it was too late. One of the museum's employees was a quiet woman named Rose Valland. She loved art and had spent many years working at the Louvre. Most people saw her as an ordinary museum employee, but they had no idea how brave she truly was. Soon, Rose would risk everything to protect history. As the war came closer, the Louvre grew quieter. Many of its greatest masterpieces had already been moved to secret locations across France. Long galleries that had once been filled with visitors now stood almost empty. Rose knew the danger was growing. She wondered whether the artworks would ever return. In June 1940, German forces entered Paris. The city changed overnight. Many people were afraid. Soon, Nazi officers arrived at the Louvre. They wanted to take France's greatest treasures back to Germany. Painting after painting disappeared from the museum. But Rose Valland stayed. She quietly watched everything. The German officers believed Rose was only a simple museum employee. They did not know she understood German, so they spoke freely in front of her. They discussed where the stolen paintings were going. Every day, Rose listened carefully. Then she secretly wrote everything down. The names of the paintings, the trains, the destinations. Every detail could help save France's lost treasures. Rose knew she was taking a terrible risk. If the German officers discovered her secret, she could be arrested or even killed. But she never stopped. Day after day, she continued collecting information. She believed the artworks belonged to the people of France. She refused to let history disappear. The stolen artworks were packed into wooden crates. They were loaded onto trains and trucks. Some were sent to castles. Others were hidden inside secret storage buildings across Europe. Thousands of priceless masterpieces disappeared. But Rose knew where many of them had gone. She carefully recorded every shipment. After the war, Rose's secret notes became one of the most valuable records in Europe. Using her information, investigators searched castles, mines, and hidden warehouses. One by one, thousands of stolen paintings, sculptures, and works of art were found. Many treasures finally returned to the Louvre, where they belonged. The quiet woman who had worked in the shadows had helped save history. For many years, Rose Valland did not seek fame. She simply believed she had done the right thing. Her courage helped recover more than 60,000 stolen works of art. Today, museums around the world remember her as one of the greatest protectors of cultural history. Her story reminds us that heroes are not always soldiers. Sometimes they carry nothing more than a notebook and the courage to do what is right. During one of the darkest times in history, Rose Valland chose courage instead of fear. She never carried a weapon. She never fought on a battlefield. Yet her quiet determination helped save thousands of priceless masterpieces for future generations. Today, millions of people visit the Louvre and admire these works of art. Few realize that many of them might have been lost forever without one brave woman. Rose Valland proved that even the quietest voice can change history. Now it's your turn to reflect. Take a moment to think about today's story, then share your answer in the comments below. If you knew that doing the right thing could put your own life in danger, would you still do it? Why do you think protecting art and history is important for future generations? I'd love to read your thoughts. Thank you very much for joining me on today's journey through history. I hope you enjoyed this incredible true story while improving your English. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to TalePath English, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next inspiring journey. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and remember, every great story begins with one person who chooses courage over fear.